What's up, guys? Welcome in. I have something that I want to share with you all because I am very honest and authentic when it comes to my actual work and my journey and my process. And I don't shy away from going to places that I see most people are not willing to go. Okay? Now, it's quite interesting because I was going to make this a post or a piece of content. But then I said, well, it's probably going to be best to articulate this with my voice, with words, with my energy and my body language behind it, because this needs to be emphasized. Okay? So, all throughout my journey, all throughout my content, I have been completely open, transparent, expressive, and vulnerable. So there is nothing about what I have created that makes me feel like I've been misleading on this journey, right? Like, I've always been upfront and honest about what's real and what's not. Okay? So, with that being said, I have shared some honest truths about this level of business, having a coaching business. But I think it's just another layer that I'm going to get into today. It's another layer because I'm seeing how this is really a thing. Okay? And I know that it's nothing personal. It's not something that I'm really taking personal, but I am simply bringing awareness to it because, again, like I've said before, representation in this type of work and in this line of business matters. It matters. So it matters for me that I represent a coach or being in the coaching industry as a Black woman, as a spiritual woman, as a divine feminine, as a queen, as a goddess, as someone who also represents the beauty industry, as someone who doesn't come from the most perfect family structures or background, as someone who may have systematically disadvantages. Okay? So for me, it's just knowing that with me showing up for this type of work, me actually being a representation for so many different groups of people that I actually represent or that can see themselves in me, whether man or woman or not, it's important that I share my story and share the experiences and the reality of having a coaching business. This level of business. There's a reason why not everyone actually pursues this level of business, okay? It's been known to be exclusive to a certain group of people. We also have to look at the system behind it, who created it, and why, right? Because of their own advantages, their own advancement opportunities, right? And so for me, it's just important to speak about these nuances that can be rather frustrating as someone who understands business very well, right? I have a great understanding of business. I have ran successful businesses and still do. But to really go deeper into this level of work, I had to prepare and equip those who I am modeling or showing the way, those who see themselves in me, because it's important that I set realistic expectations. Okay? So when it comes to having a coaching business, the honest truth behind this is that most coaches that I see who are primarily white, who's been doing this, of course, they have their own systematic advantages. They have things that their family and everything that has made things more accessible to those groups of people. I'm not saying everyone, but that's systematically. Okay, we're speaking to the facts. We have a large group of minorities who have been systematically disadvantaged and oppressed financially and economically, right? So when we think about the mindsets that people are placed in that creates those levels of classes, this is a real thing. And as someone who is looking to break these barriers to actually build wealth and create generational success, the reality of this level of business when it comes to wealth building is that we have to work on our family structure, our family system. And a lot of our family structure and system has been discombobulated. It's kind of been, just kind of displaced, or, and you can look at your own family and see some levels and ways of dysfunction. In all honesty and realistically. Okay? Now, it's easy for us to put blame on the system or on our parents or on whoever, right? We could pinpoint someone that may be holding up the fucking line, right? We could say, okay, well, because of this, right? We could say that. But the reality is, when you're looking to build a coaching business, the reality of this level of work is that you will spend a great bit of your time correcting your foundation. Correcting your family structure. Correcting your family system. This is the reality that I wasn't prepared to face when I first came into this type of business. I thought it would be like any other kind of business I've had, right? where I can go in, use my intellect, use my smarts, use my business savvy, utilize technology and information to create, businesses. Well, this level of work has required a lot of family structuring, tearing down the dysfunctional aspects, and really correcting, right? It's taken a lot of correction to create this type of stability in order to actually propel forward and move forward into creating wealth. And the reality of this is, most people that you see who have a coaching business, who seem to, get into this type of work and immediately take off and reach, these levels of success, income, money wins, and all of these things, is because they have already family systems and structures in place that supports that level of success, that can hold that level of wealth building and wealth creation. This is the truth. This is what it is. So for anyone who comes into this business with certain relationship, family structures, and systems that are not properly structured as far as your foundation goes, that is where you're going to spend time actually correcting. And this could be a very frustrating part of the business, because you've handled everything on your part, on your end. You've done everything that the universe, your business, your family structures and things that was necessary for you to correct. You've done a lot of this work, and it gets frustrating to know that there are still things that you have to kind of work through in regards to other people, meaning getting those people in proper position. So when I say this type of work takes time, this is where a lot of the time is coming in from, to be honest, because it don't take a lot of time to make money. Money is easy to make. Money is easy to make. Money is easy to make. But what does take time is a lot of the spiritual work that's necessary to heal, to recover, to correct, to restructure, to create new systems, to create new processes. Guys, this is what I am experiencing as a solopreneur in this line of work, in this level of business. And guess what? My actual examples that I have. People who obviously have probably been in the game at least 5+ years. So of course they're in a different space in their business, right? But I'm also noticing that a lot of these people are also predominantly white. Predominantly. This is the facts. And so I'm not saying that no one else have their own challenges, disadvantages, or experiences that they must overcome. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, for some of us, it could take longer due to our actual structures. For some of us, it could be sooner. Right? But this is where I'm trying to be realistic to speak to the facts that things in this line of work gets very deep. Like, you have to face a lot of the truth of how this country was built, how this country was ran, how this system was created. You actually face these different levels when it comes to you claiming your freedom. So let's talk about that for a second, because we need to address this word in particular, because that's a big buzzword in the coaching industry, right? That's a big buzzword when we say, oh, I'm just, like, that's one of the kind of key selling points, I will say. Freedom, freedom, freedom. We have time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, freedom to do whatever I want, right? Like, that's kind of one of the big things. But why is freedom? Why is that a key selling point? Well, it's because there are some people who still operating in slavery mindsets, which is why mindset is the number one thing we work on in the coaching industry, because we understand that your mind is how you navigate life. So when we're talking about a free mind, right? What are you talking about here? We talking about the fact that you have to really unlock certain conditionings, beliefs, patterns, habits, release them, or whatever the case you want to be, in order to free yourself, to operate in higher timelines, to operate in wealth, to create and build wealth. And then when we're talking about the fact that now we got to actually look at not just ourselves, because this is not what you call it, this is not just about you. It's not just about you. Now we got to look at the family system, the family structure that must be created in order to set you free. Because I'm sure you guys have heard that family is law and family is business, right? Why do y'all think that I reached a roadblock? Right? I got through it. Let's be real, I made it through. But baby, I was upset. Very upset. Very upset. because I know that was not something I was just doing because I'm just irresponsible. That's not something. No. Fuck no. Fuck that. No. Now I'm accountable, but one thing I am aware is that was not that had more to do with other people's energies than my own. That's the facts. That is the facts. And this is why I learned you can pick up other people's karmic debt and pay their karmic debt, because guess what? If they're not choosing to heal and feel what needs to be felt, but you're a person in your bloodline who's trying to advance, who's trying to actually grow beyond a certain point. So now in order for you to actually move forward, this got to be addressed. Somebody else shit. Somebody else stuff. This is real talk. This is stuff they don't talk to y'all about. It's somebody else shit you got to deal with when you are the healer and the feeler and the one that they consider chosen to break generational curses. When you take that role on because you want personal growth and development, you literally want to grow yourself. You realize that, oh shit, in order for me to advance, I gotta fucking pull this. I gotta not necessarily pull this, but in the essence of, I got to clear this shit because it's in my way. Now, if it wasn't designed that way, then we wouldn't have to deal with it. But this is the truth. Somebody else's stuff can hold you up from your progress because of their connection to you. And when somebody's in their state where they're lacking on their personal development work, their personal work, and they've gotten comfortable where they are, and so they settled into the program and they got a little cozy, right? They didn't snuggle down in and like, yeah, I think this is a good level I could stay at right here. This feel cool right here. Right? But then you're like, but you don't see this over here? We still got more to work on. We can't. Why did you stop there? What happened? What? So why do y'all think in this line of work you have to face the parent portal? Why do y'all think you have to go back to the mother and the father DNA? Because we're navigating consciousness here. So if your parents' consciousness are at a certain level and you're trying to reach higher states and you already have achieved it, but you're like, well, shit, what is this pulling me right here? What is this about? What is that? What's going on over here? What the fuck? And then you realize, like, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. So you mean to tell me I have to deal, in order for me to heal, I have to deal with everything that transpired from the womb, from conception? When I thought I've already, I kind of moved past this because I already forgiven my parents. I'm not holding on to anything. So what are you saying? I gotta go all the way through all these different timelines just to reclaim my birthrights. Do y'all not get this? where somebody may have dropped the ball due to ignorance, of lack of understanding. Cool, we understand generational shit, but damn. And then y'all looking at us, the ones, I'm talking about the chosen ones and the ones who are actually, leading this path or the path or whatever. And we willing to kind of do the work because we want to advance our fucking selves. And then knowing that, hey, okay, cool, it benefits others around me. But I need y'all to pull y'all weight, my nigga. I need y'all to pull y'all weight. What? Like, get it together. Because this is unacceptable. I started holding every single soul accountable. After what I had to experience and actually go through because of negligence, because of ignorance, I had to hold everybody accountable, my nigga. Every fucking soul. Everybody who was involved and who had their hand in this thing, I'm holding them all accountable. I held them all accountable. Still. Because I don't play about me. And I don't play about my child in the future. Okay, that the generational success. Do y'all understand that that's the mission for me? Do y'all understand that? It's actually grown beyond just generational success at this point. I recently got the revelation that this is about to be multi-generational success. Because we ain't talking about just my generation and my child. We need to have multiple generations success. We think it too small. So, yeah, I understand my role and my responsibility. And because of that, I also know I have to be clear. I have to be direct in my dealings with people. Okay? I have to really lay out what this really is and what this is about, because I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea here. This is not a game for me. This is really real. Okay? This is really real. And the reality of this thing is so serious. Okay? Serious. Serious. So, when people don't understand how serious this is, then it's like, okay, well, let me see how I can help them. Let me see how I can help them understand. Because I believe in people. I don't believe people are out here just trying to be malicious and doing reckless shit. I mean, even though it may be reckless, I don't believe everybody has that in their hearts. I don't believe, but that's what you got to do, a heart check. That's why you check the spirit, test the spirit, check their heart, all that. But the reality of this thing is, guys, this level of work can and will be done. Okay? Will be done. Will be done. It's just I can't accept poor levels of thinking. It's not acceptable. Mm-mm. So that's the reality of this thing. So when I keep seeing how much this involves, because the reality is like my business, my business model, the system, the structure, the strategy, it's quite simple. I look at it every day. I get on my laptop and on my on my phone and things, and I'm like, the work I actually do and have to do, and and implement each day is very, very simple. In the terms of like the daily operations, right? But what most coaches don't talk about, because it's so glamorized in this industry. I see everybody just got to put on, like, I guess they're selling lifestyle. I don't know, which is fine. I don't care what you're doing, but let's get the reality of it. Okay, let's speak about what is, like, what's the truth. And it's cool if y'all not gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it because I see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to see the gaps and see where, okay, well, we need to know this. We need to share this. We need to be able to look at this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the angle I'm coming from. If that's the angle I provide, being who I am and what I do, cool. Cool. I don't mind exposing a damn thing. Let me tell y'all how I'm set up in real life. In real life, my presence, my energy alone, without me having to speak a word or do anything. All it is I just showed up. My presence exposes the truth. My presence alone. So you think I'm going to fall into some lies and falsehoods, and y'all got it messed up when it come to me. See, this is why people sometimes, those who likes the truth, who can face the truth and who can handle the truth, it's never a problem. But those who ain't ready for the truth, they get a little bent out of shape sometimes. I see it. It's become a normal thing for me, honestly. I just don't even, it comes with the territory. It comes with the gift. Okay? Some people can get bent out of shape because something was exposed about themselves. Now I understand, like, this is shadow work. Y'all don't do this every day. Maybe it's because I do shadow work every single day, every moment of the day. Like, I'm always in shadow work. I'm always looking for what's that? Exposing the truth. Because I'm a truth holder. Okay? Not in a way I'm looking for flaws or for... This is something that's a natural occurrence. This is something that happens naturally. I ain't looking for nothing. It comes to me. It actually come to me. I be like, oh, whoa, okay, well, guess that's something to look at. Guess that's something to expose or correct or embody, right, or integrate. Regardless, I do this work, and I need people to understand that it's very telling. So when we talk about people being held accountable, it's just the fact that my presence in their life is what's going to expose the truth. Or better yet, what's hidden oftentimes, right? The things that done, like in those spaces that's kind of, tucked away, and you kind of really gone about your day like, oh, okay, well, I don't got to look at that. But when you come around me, it kind of came up like, oh. I remember I was doing a client's hair, guys. It was so funny because I'm just doing her daughter. I'm not daughter, but I'm doing her hair. And all I know, she started going into this whole rant about something that kind of came up for her. And I held space and I listened because I understood what was going on. But something was revealed to her and she was just like, ooh. I'm like, it's like, girl, you gotta explain to me. I get it. Trust me. But that's just the reality of it, for real, on some real talk. So the essence of this business is that a lot of truths, I speak to that. I speak to the reality of things. I speak to what it really is. And I understand that dealing with people, it's just a lot of different types of people. And so me knowing and observing how people's behaviors can play out, and it just is what it is. So when you're doing this level of work, you have to really build up your resilience and your emotional intelligence. Because this is a lot of intimate work you're doing with other people. And you have to face the family stuff. You have to deal with the family stuff. Most people won't talk about that part, but that is where I see the biggest impact, or I would say things that felt so just like, whoa. And so I'm just looking at it like, hey, you gotta be okay with accepting the truth, accepting the reality. Some people are going to have to be left behind. Some people, they made their choice. And this is all, vibrational, right? And then, knowing that you give people the freedom, their freedom of choice, their free will, or however. And this is really about you at the end of the day, right? You can't let those outside things affect you when it comes to you being focused and on your purpose and on your mission, because you still have to lead. Okay. This is one of the reasons why I I work with self-led clients who are already leading themselves, which most times, hairstylists and beauty experts, they're already in a place of entrepreneurship. So they're already, understanding self-leadership. But, there's still a lot more mindset things to work through, a lot of structures and systems to kind of work through, and a lot of corrections and just these other things. And then, of course, we also work on the business, the systems, the back end operations. And then what you guys as people on the social platforms and things, what you guys actually see is really just a glimpse or a snapshot of whatever is being put out there, because the reality of this shit is a whole different ball game. The reality of this shit in real life, and that's the thing I'm trying to get y'all to see, in real life, we actually making real moves. So my content might be, I can relate to it, but this is really instruction. These are like, make the move. Get in motion. Get in position. Take action. Right? So the reality is, it's like, you guys see the content. You guys see, I like to call them highlights. You guys see a still picture, a snapshot of a moment, or, a picture of the frame, right? But you guys got to realize, in true essence, and this is with anybody on this internet, because this is what I be paying attention to. And to anybody on this internet, you don't know what they had to do or have to do to reach their success behind the scenes. You don't know the amount of work and inner work personal development work, family work, community work, all kinds of stuff. It's all kinds of stuff that you actually have to do to hold this level of work. And I was watching a video last night, and I think it was pretty interesting how in the interview they were discussing how there's a price to pay for freedom. And then once you have freedom, you also have to pay to maintain it. You have to pay in different ways. This is what they would articulate like that. That could be monetary, that could be energy, that could be, whatever, right? Mentally, you got to do the mindset work or whatever. There is different ways, but you still, when you actually reach freedom, you still have to protect it, maintain it, upkeep it. And it's just, it's just responsibility that comes with this thing. But that's also a part of growing up. That's also a part of maturing. That's also a part of being an adult. So it's just all perspective. It's all about how you look at it and how you view it. But the reality is, this line of work, it changes your life. It changes you from the inside out. It changes those around you. You're going to have experiences that you can't even really really expect or plan for, but you also know that, by you doing the work, you've also kind of were prepared and ready for it. So you continuously working on yourself, focusing on yourself is the key. That is the key. So that you don't get caught up in anybody else's emotional work or shadow work, and that they can actually process their own things, work through the things that they need to work through, and show up in the way that they need to, so that we can keep this whole thing running effectively and smoothly. Okay? So this is where you just let people be. Let people do what they gonna do, and let the things fall where they need to, and trust the process. This is why I'm big on saying that, like, trust your process. And this is easy to do when you trust your own process. You easily can trust other people's process because you understand the process, right? And so, it's often stated and known that you are your first transformation. You are your first client, your first everything, right? So when you're self-led, you're going through these experiences, navigating these experiences, and sometimes you don't even know why, but you realize, like, because your ability to overcome, your ability to sort through things rather swiftly, you're able to navigate it and extract the medicine and the insight, the information, the knowledge, the tools, and everything that can be able to pull other people through who may experience something similar later on down the line. Okay? So that is the beauty of this type of work, is that you go first, and then the people that you're here to support and guide, then you provide value to people in those ways. So I often let people know, like, if you guys are expecting everything to just be in tangible form, then you're missing the bigger picture or purpose of mentorship. Okay? Mentorship is a lot of personal development. It's a lot of personal development work. The tools in which we utilize as the vehicle to do the work will be based on how we want to express or utilize those tools, right? You get to choose your medium of choice when it comes to the vehicle in which you want to bring transformation and value to other people. And you can see that by how people do many different types of businesses. So, it's just, you got that choice, right? Everybody has a choice. Some people want this line of work because, it's not as taxing on your body in the essence of physical labor, right? You kind of pretty much can work from home, work from anywhere, from your laptop, whatever, from your phone even. And it's pretty laid back. It's pretty chill. You create your courses, you market, you promote, you send emails, you bring value to your community, you go live, it's like these little cool things you get to do as far as in creative ways that just allows you to, kind of live a quality of life or ease in life. And most people don't really, I don't know why, but most people don't really see this type of work as possible for them. But I kind of can understand in the essence of this has kind of been like a kind of like luxury, exclusive type of business model, I'll say. Right? But now in the age that we're in, I feel like it's just way more accessible to all of us. Okay? It's accessible to all of us who desire it, who want it, who chooses to do the work and claim it and have it. Like, it's yours. And so that's what I support my clients with, is just really, really getting the foundation down pat and really understanding all these nuances of this line of work. Because although it may seem like an easygoing line of work, but the reality is that you actually are doing a lot of spiritual and inner work. You actually are doing a lot of personal development work. And that doesn't always translate into something, I guess, that you can put into a box. It translates in so many different ways. And especially as you grow and continuously to grow and do the work, you start to see like each new level, it just requires something new for you to grow and learn. Like for me in this level, for example, is me having the understanding of financial wealth and really going through that process of healing what they would call money trauma. You know what I'm saying? Healing those type and the mindset, going through those processes and those different levels and those initiations. This stuff they don't tell you and talk about, but this is real talk. This is the reality of this stuff. Like, it's so many different things, but I'm grateful to have my mentorship in these spaces because we can go into these conversations more in depth and more in detail, because I can support my clients with the information they need with where they are. And it's just real. It's a real thing, man. And don't think because people are online that, that they really ain't dealing with real life. But trust me, this is real life. This is real life. This is real life. And I think that's probably what frustrates me a lot, is because I know people are dealing with real life. But they get on here and try to act like their life is just. And I'm like, come on, y'all. Y'all know we can see you, right? Like, there's a group of us, a group of people who have a certain eye for certain things, and we can really see what y'all really are trying to hide behind in y'all present. Yeah, so we can really see what y'all are trying to present to us, and we can really see the truth behind a lot of this stuff. And it's just like, okay. I think that's probably where it's like, oh my God, but it is what it is. People gonna be people. But anyway, so that's kind of what I wanted to share. I'm about to finally make me a burger. I have an Impossible burger that I'm about to kind of cook up, and some chips, and I'm about to probably relax. But I am grateful to come on here and share this information with you guys. If any questions you have, please feel free to DM me. I have open spaces for one-on-ones and consultations. So guys, book your consultations. That's what I'll say start it. Book a consultation with me so we can go over where you are and how I can support you. And what I like to do in my consultations is I still like to provide value based off where you are and give you something that can kind of give you a practical step on moving forward. So even if you don't move into the next step, which is joining a one-on-one call or a my mentorship, you're still going to be able to receive something you can take away from you for you to apply right away, and that you can see some progress in what I see that you really need to know to kind of get you in motion. So I'm here, I'm available. So book a consultation and let's rock, man. We really need to be dialing in 2024. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at there. I'm about to make some posts. I just got an idea. I'm about to make a post in my story. So I'll see you guys later. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.